Welcome to Sunshine School and Development Center. I know you probably have plenty of questions, and I hope to answer all of them in this presentation. So let's get started. You are one of 200 plus staff members working to make our vision and mission become reality. Our vision. We envision a world where individuals have the resources they need to reach their full potential as active members in their communities. Our mission. Developing and enriching the lives of individuals and families through therapy, education, and support. Our values. Respect the dignity of every individual, pursue excellence in all that we do, exhibit integrity through transparency and honor, and practice innovation using the best practices and technology. Our history. The Sunshine School and Development Center has been serving Northwest Arkansas for 60 years. We began in 1958 at the First United Methodist Church in Rogers, Arkansas. Our current 40,000 square foot building was built in 2007, and in 2013, we changed our name from Benton County Sunshine School to Sunshine School and Development Center to better reflect the diversity of the ages and abilities of our clients. Our services. We provide many different services, and we have 6 departments total. Our Children's Services Department includes our preschool, occupational, physical, and speech therapists, social work, after-school care, first connections and early intervention, and nursing. The Community Support Department is responsible for our adult program. This includes supportive living and weekend retreat or respite. The Special Programs and Licensing Department is responsible for our Arkansas Better Chance, Nutrition, and Parents as Teachers program. Our Finance and Facilities Department is responsible for accounting, billing, payroll, transportation, and maintenance. The Human Resources and Compliance Department is responsible for employee relations, hiring, benefits, and licensure compliance. And last but not least, the Philanthropy Department is responsible for our volunteers, fundraising, events, and social media. Our standards, something that we require from all employees at Sunshine School and Development Center. Sunshine School and Development Center is a private nonprofit that is licensed by the Department of Human Services. Specifically, we have licenses with 2 branches of DHS, Developmental Disability Services, DDS, and Division of Child Care and Early Childhood Education, or DCCECE. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm probably not going to say that entire abbreviation, so oftentimes you will hear us just refer to it as DCC. All employees are required to pass a series of criminal record checks at the time an offer of employment is made, as well as every 2 or 5 years. These criminal record checks include the Adult Maltreatment Central Registry Check, which will need to be renewed every 5 years, a Child Maltreatment Central Registry Check, which will need to be renewed every 2 years, a State Criminal Record Check, which will need to be renewed every 5 years as well. And for those who have not lived in Arkansas for 5 consecutive years, you will need to complete an FBI Criminal Record Check. And just like our criminal record checks, all employees are required to pass a drug screen. Here are just a few of the occasions where a drug screen will be performed. The first is pre-employment. The second is a Department of Transportation drug screen. This is for employees who will be driving Sunshine School and Development Center-owned vehicles. This drug screen also consists of a physical performed by a physician. The third is a random drug screen. Our licensure requires us to perform a random drug screen for 5% of our employees each year. We will also perform a random drug screen if an employee displays abnormal or erratic behavior. We are a safety-sensitive employer, which means certain medications are restricted. Training at any job is critical and is not exclusive to onboarding. Some of the topics that you are required to learn as a new employee include mandated reporter training, safety, PDR, Professional Development Registry, DDS, Nurses Competency, OSHA, and CPR and First Aid. The following need to be kept up to date in your personnel file: car insurance for community support and transportation employees, This also includes your driver's license. For in-center employees, a state ID or federal ID is sufficient, and any professional licenses or registrations that are required by your job title. All background checks, CPR, and first aid certificates must be kept up to date as well. In your new hire folder, you should have received copies of all of our current policies. You are also welcome to request a complete employee manual from Human Resources. Some of the policies that you'll read about includes confidentiality, equal opportunity employer, drug-free workplace, non-harassment and sexual harassment policy, and at-will employment. These are only a handful of the policies, so make sure to read through your new hire folder thoroughly. Security. Keep cash and personal items properly secured. Know the locations of alarms and fire extinguishers and know how to use them. Ensure that unknown individuals do not follow behind you when entering the building. Never give your security code to anyone else. Anyone who needs a security code will have one. Consistent and regular attendance is essential. Sometimes situations can happen unexpectedly. If you know that you are going to be late or absent, make sure to let your supervisor know as soon as possible. 2 consecutive scheduled workdays without notification is cause for termination. Some examples of misconduct: submitting false information on an application or any organizational records, insubordination or inappropriate behavior towards peers, illegal possession or use of drugs, theft of any type. Inclement weather. The CEO will determine when the school will close due to weather. Make sure to check the channel 4029 or KNWA for school closing information. Performance reviews. We refer to our performance reviews as quarterly touch bases, and these occur every 3 months or every quarter. In this meeting, you and your supervisor will discuss performance strengths and weaknesses. Sunshine School and Development Center uses the progressive discipline model as a basis for any disciplinary action. The first step in a progressive discipline model is a first occurrence, which is an oral warning. Second occurrence is a written warning. Third occurrence is a final written warning. And finally, termination of employment. Depending on the severity of the offense, department supervisors or managers are not required to exclusively follow these steps. Disciplinary action may be escalated if warranted. Just like we follow a progressive discipline process, we also have a recommended grievance procedure. If an issue arises, begin by speaking with your supervisor. If you are not satisfied with their efforts or if it involves them, you are welcome to voice your concerns to Human Resources. If you just hate everything that everyone has done, you are welcome to write an appeal to the CEO. But let's hope it never comes to that. Here are some tips to help you successfully transition into your new position. In the Sunshine School and Development Center parking lot, please park in the last 2 rows furthest from the building. Any overtime must be pre-approved. And hopefully this is something that will never become an issue, but absolutely no smoking on campus. Breaks will vary and will depend on your job title. Please inform Human Resources of any outside employment. We want to make sure there isn't a conflict of interest. And you can work with family, you just can't supervise one another. And finally, check your email. You will receive instructions on how to do this later. Our dress code is fairly casual, but there are some limitations such as ripped or torn clothing, shorts, dresses, and skirts shorter than 4 inches above the knee, beach-style flip-flops, clothing that is too tight or loose and exposed undergarments, halters, tank tops, and garments with spaghetti straps, garments that are backless, low-cut, or off the shoulder, bathing suits unless participating in a water activity with clients, and finally, any clothing that exposes your midriff. What everyone has been dying to know: your paycheck. You will be paid bi-weekly every other Friday. The pay cycle begins at midnight Saturday and ends at 11:59 p.m. Friday. Depending on what you choose, your paycheck will automatically be deposited into your personal checking or savings account, and then you'll receive a check stub in your email. Your check stub will require a password for you to access it. Your password will be the last 4 of your social. We offer numerous benefits for both full-time and part-time employees. Both full-time and part-time employees have the ability to accrue vacation and sick leave, as well as 2 paid holidays, Christmas and 4th of July. Full-time employees also receive 401k retirement, health, vision, dental, and cancer insurance, short and long-term disability, and bereavement leave. Sunshine School and Development Center also offers the following types of leave: FMLA, jury duty, USERA, leave of absence, and, if necessary, workers' compensation. All of these have different requirements and criteria that an employee must meet before they can be granted a specific leave. For more information, please ask your supervisor or Human Resources. All Sunshine School and Development Center employees are issued a work email. This email can be accessed by logging in through Gmail. All staff emails follow a similar formula. Your address will be your first name dot your last name at nwaSunshineSchool.org. You will be given a login sheet during onboarding, which will have your username and password for your work email account. Once you're able to log in, please do not change your password. In certain situations, Human Resources will need to be able to access your account. If it is discovered that your password has been changed, it will be reset to the original password immediately. That being said, this email account is only for current Sunshine School employees. Your account will be deactivated once you are no longer an active employee, so it is recommended that this account is only used for work. And finally, the most important point of all, check your email. I hope this presentation answered some of your questions. And again, welcome to the Sunshine School team.